All right, so now with writing equations, I just have to remember that equations are going to have a balance and they're going to have an equal sign in them to indicate that balance. So things we want to look for in word problems to indicate that we have an equation are something like is, to be. Sometimes they actually use the word equals. So let's pay attention to the important words here. So I know that my total needs to be 1,200 pounds. So what that helps me is the B and the total. Whenever I have a total, that helps me know, okay, this is going to be on one side of the equal sign. Usually I tend to put the total on the right. So I know altogether my three elements are going to have to be equal to 1,200. Now I've already lifted a combined 925 pounds in my first two lifts. So I already know what my first two elements are. And my job is to write an equation that would represent what I would need to lift in order to hit my target of 1,200. So let's talk about what's important. I know that my total is 1,200 pounds. I know that combined in my first two lifts, so two lifts together, I got 925 pounds. Now I have a third lift. I don't know I'm going to lift in that third lift, but I do know that altogether I need a target of 1,200. So that third lift is going to be my variable, X. Third lift, because it's unknown. I have not done it yet. I have to figure out what it's going to be. So I'm writing out my equation. I want to make sure that I have my equal sign set up. A lot of times I will do that first, so that it's ready to go. And then I know that altogether it equals 1,200 pounds. My three lift total needs to be 1,200. I know I've already lifted 925. I know that I have one more lift to go. So when I put them all together, it needs to equal 1,200. That tells me I'm adding. So I'm adding that X, put them all together. 925 plus X equals 1,200 is my equation. Now remember, addition, you can change the order around. So I could do X plus 925 equals 1,200. I could also have 1,200 on the left equaling 925 plus X. Remember that you have to think about what you're representing as opposed to anything being in a specific actual concrete location. That a lot of times that will change. So be aware of the fact that you can move stuff around, but make sure that it's balanced. I know that my total needs to be 1,200. So 925 plus X equals 1,200.